growing up in Kentucky, what kind of music inspired you, and how did you begin?
Actually, Northern Kentucky's a really small area, so it's kind of like everyone knows everyone's business. So it was interesting. It's a small town, but it was a little bit of country and a little bit of the city because Cincinnati was right there. So you kind of got both of those worlds. I started doing theater when I was really, really little. I did like school plays, and then my brother has like the best ear for music. He'll never admit that he's got a good voice, but he's got a great voice. And he used to listen to lots of different artists, and so I kind of would steal his albums and I would listen to him. But I would like make up the words to the songs because I really wouldn't listen for the lyrics usually. So I would listen to him and make them up. And I remember on a TLC song, it was like, "Don't go chasing waterfalls," and I'd be like, "Go Jason Waterfalls."
Me too.
Yeah.
I thought it was Jason. Yes, I'm not even kidding you. That's crazy.
It was, and I would sing that all the time, and my mom was like, "You need to stop. You need to stop." Then I started getting into singing a little bit more, still doing theater, took some dance classes, which is like the worst idea ever because I'm a horrible dancer.
What kind of dance?
Ballet. I remember my teacher actually looking at me and she's like, "Honey, I don't know if this is for you." I was like, all right. So that was kind of it. I was like, "Mom, like the teacher's telling me I'm bad. Like this is kind of the turning point here. I need to figure out my priorities." I started songwriting when I was like 13, and it wasn't great songwriting when I was 13, but I started, and I think the whole dancing teacher telling me I wasn't the best, the greatest talent in the class kind of inspired me to try something else, so it was kind of a good thing.
What was that like, recording your first EP? And the title was?
One Big Favor.
Yeah, One Big Favor.
Yeah. It was really cool. I don't think we even intended for it to be an EP or anything like it. I came down and worked in a studio and kind of got to know some of the session players, and just during downtime they're like, do you play at all? And I was like, a little bit. And so I sang to them, and one of them was like, we should maybe try and write and see how it goes. The sound inspiration actually, I think, came from my producer, because I'd either come up with a riff or I'd come up with a song idea or something. And so, he's got his pop country background, but he has like rock influence. So he kind of brought a different sound to the table. And then I just remember it developed from there. And that's kind of how it happened. And it was really, really cool because that was the first thing I did when I moved to Nashville. So
what is this record going to look like?
This one is going to be a lot more country, and it's going to have some rustic feel to it. I didn't want it to be super poppy because my last EP was. So I wanted to do something completely different. I took a year to just be on my own and do some writing, and I came up with some cool stuff. And I've had some other writers around town get in on the songs, like Mike Coleman. We're working on a song right now, and Jennifer Aiden helped me with my song Trouble that I want to release as my single. I just want to get a bunch of different ideas on top of the songs that I've kind of formed. I just wanted to develop a little bit more.
Who would be a dream collaboration for you?
I think, I have my dream collaboration on the country side and on the pop side. So
give us both.
I think probably Bruno Mars on the pop side, because
good.
I have got a little crush on Bruno Mars. And then, I think that Blake Shelton would be a cool person on the country side to collaborate with. He just seems like a cool guy, and I think he'd be just fun to write with.
What do you want to achieve? Ultimate goals.
Ultimate goals. I'd love to get number one, a few number ones, like any other songwriter, artist. I definitely want to be, a global touring act. I think I want all of that. I think that'd be really, really cool. But I also want to figure out a creative way to kind of give back through that career.
What are some charities or some causes that speak to your heart?
There is a charity back home in northern Kentucky. It's called Smiles for Maria. Maria passed away in a car accident, and so they're just trying to give back through the Smiles for Maria organization. Every year they hold an annual Smiles for Maria walk. I played at that last year. It's kind of close to home, so it feels like an important cause to me because I did know her.
In your opinion, who do you think is next in country music?
I really like Hunter Hayes. I think he's a really
he's
talented
good.
musician. And
He's
so I think
blowing
he can,
up right now.
Right. I think he can come up with some really cool tunes, not only for himself, but for other artists. I know that Sam Hunt is a newer
Yes, he's
act,
rocking it
and
right
so
now.
I think he might be
I fully agree.
the next one.
Well, thank you so much for coming
Thanks for
today.
having me.
And we're glad to have you on, and anytime you want to come back, please do.
Thanks.
So, until another experience, Kelsey Harmon, Chris Burkmenn, signing out.